TV, we're chatting. We moved on from squash, from land. We're now going to sea. We joined in studio by a young gentleman who does something slightly different in water. Jeremy, good afternoon, welcome.
Afternoon, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you.
So tell us, what do you do for fun?
A number of things. The reason I'm here though is for a sport called Jetski fishing. Yeah, that's very big up in KZN and in Gauteng, and it's taking off slowly down in the Cape. So yeah, some interesting stuff going on.
So explain this concept to me of jet ski fishing, because that doesn't sound... I mean, where are you going to put the rod? Where are you going to put all your tackle if you're on a little jet ski?
Well, yeah, it's a good question. First of all, over the last sort of 10 years, the jet skis have grown in size quite a lot. So basically they're surveyed as a small vessel, legally to go on the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So most of them are all over 3 meters in length, 3-seater, so you can take 3 people. And then basically what the guys have done is they've basically started putting rod holders in the side of the jet skis, so you can put your rods in. These new things called race tech tubbies, which basically is a fiberglass sort of compartment that you bolt onto the side, each side, to give you more stability and also a lot of extra room. So yeah, and a lot of the jet skis now have actual fish finders, GPS fish finders, radios. So yeah, they're basically just like little boats.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that little toy must be pretty costly. I mean, if you, those fish finders don't come cheaply, as an example.
They don't. You can pick up good second-hand units for around between 70 and 80,000, up to 100,000. And then obviously the newer models go up from there. But yeah, a nice entry-level craft you could probably get for around 80,000.
Okay.
And go from there. Yeah.
And where are these competitions held? Basically in open water or dams?
Well, obviously up in a place like Gauteng, it's obviously more rivers and dams. KZN, just to fill you in, jet ski fishing started about 10 years ago. It's sort of taking off up in KZN. Then a magazine called Go Fish magazine was started by a guy called Brendan and his partner Kirk. They basically are solely jet ski fishing and kayak fishing magazine. Okay. So with the help of that was started in 2008. They've really done a great job, along with companies like Yamaha and that, to promote the sport. And in KZN there's up to say 1,000 actual jet ski fishermen at the moment. Wow. Gauteng there's also about 1,000. Of that, about 300 to 400 that are sort of constant, regular jet ski fishing fishermen. But for example, there was the 6th annual Race Tech Classic held by Go Fish magazine that was up in Ponta de Ora in Mozambique, just inside Mozambique, and they had 130 anglers in that competition. It was actually the biggest jet ski fishing contest in the world. So yeah, they're doing a great job up here, and we're looking to follow suit down here.
And how big is the movement down here, for want of a better understanding? How many participants do you get at an event?
Well, to tell you the truth, we haven't actually had an actual jet ski fishing event down here yet. Through the boat angling clubs like Cape Boat and Ski Boat Club at Millers Point and Atlantic Boat Club and Hout Bay, and a number of the other clubs, we affiliated. Jet ski fishing is affiliated to say like Western Province Deep Sea Angling Association and South African Deep Sea Angling Association. And those federations and associations have what you call like inshore leagues, offshore leagues, sort of club competitions, provincial competitions, and then national competitions. So the idea is to bring the jet ski fishing into those associations and become part of the events, which is it's in the pipeline. So that's looking good for the future. Yeah.
Good. I'm sure we've whet your appetite. Let's check this out.
It's actually quite amazing to see how jet ski fishing in particular has grown. People love fishing, and guys that come to this event, they've probably been fishing their whole lives. They've maybe been doing a bit of rock and surf, or they've been involved in a ski boat, or maybe even some kayak angling, or whatever it may be. And this, the allure of jet ski fishing is amazing. How when we put an event like this on display, guys, every single year, and jet ski fishing has just grown and grown and grown over the last couple of years. This event is massive. It's the world's biggest jet ski only fishing competition. This year attracted over 130 anglers, and that's with a number of top anglers not being able to make it. It attracts all of the top jet ski fishing. The likes of Byron Kane, last year's winner, Clive Murphy, our inaugural winner, Peter Steenkamp, Neil Govender, Mick Clark. These guys are like at the top of their game, and it's great to see them actively involved in an event of this kind.
The fish life was in abundance below the surface, and on the morning of day one, most of the anglers concentrated their efforts on reefs such as Atlantis, Doodles and Ponta Malungan. But all the action was happening some 9 kilometers north of Ponta Ora main beach on a reef called Pinnacles. Pinnacles is a huge risk or huge reward type fishing spot, and if you're lucky, you could land yourself the fish of a lifetime. But if it's not your day, as many found out, the taxman claims his share as well as your favorite lure, and you're left one lure down pondering what could have been.
In the comp, we're only allowed to use squid jigs. Launching, you know, it's quite spectacular seeing the guys in the morning, the guys launching the skis. There's something like 50, 60 skis standing on the beach, and it's a matter of minutes getting them all in. I landed a very nice GT on a Helco. You go tight, it is like standing next to the train station. You stick your arm out when the train comes past and you book a train. It's incredible to experience, but you also have to drag as tight as you can and fight as hard as possible to bring your fish up as quick as possible. When your GTs go down, they reef you, they get cut up, or if you play too long, the sharks get to them. So it is a matter of brute force, and as soon as the fish is on, it is basically just winching them up.
So as you can see, jet ski fishing in Cape Town is going to explode. Young man, I want to try it. It looks like loads of fun. I'll get wet though, I'm sure, but it looks like loads of fun.
Yeah, it is loads of fun. We'll definitely have you guys down. We're planning 1 or 2 workshops. So yeah, the more the merrier, and yeah, we'll try not get you too wet.
It's going to affect my hairstyle, that's my problem. So where to from here? I mean, now that you guys are known in the Western Cape and in the Cape Metro, I mean, you've got angling clubs all along the coast, and that you're based with these clubs. What's the marketing plan to get people actively involved in this?
Well, a big problem that we have, and we're not actually seeing it as a negative thing, we're seeing it as a positive thing. Due to the fact that actual jet skis about 10 or 15 years ago had quite a bad name due to the fact that guys would race around,
yep,
jump waves, make a noise, get in people's way. Understandably, they did have quite a bad reputation. Another big reason, as I was talking about earlier, they were under 3 meters in length. So you didn't need a skipper's ticket, which is like a driver's license, yep, and they didn't need to be surveyed by SAMHSA, which is like a getting your car roadworthy, for example. Since then, a lot of changes has happened. So now you obviously need a skipper's ticket. It needs to be surveyed by SAMHSA, just like a car on the road. Due to the fact that there's what you call a marine protected area around most of the Cape Peninsula, a marine protected areas basically set up by the Department of Environmental Affairs. There's 21 around South Africa, which are very good areas to protect, because it obviously protects fish species and conservation in those areas. What they did around the MPA in Cape Town is they actually about 10 or 12 years ago banned jet skis. So we're working hard with the government now to come to a compromise so that these new craft that are actually surveyed by SAMSA and seen as small vessels can have access to the other areas, just like any other small vessel. And we're getting pretty close, so that's a big positive. But the areas that we can still fish at the moment, which is basically anything from Oceana Powerboat Club, which is near the stadium, near the waterfront west. So we do a lot of fishing at Robben Island, predominantly in the winter. There's lots of yellowtail there, some snook. So basically Robben Island and Dasson Island. Yeah, we're getting there. You know, we had a nice day the other day when we had 6 of us out, 6 jet skis all together. We're building up a strong mailing list, and so yeah, the interest is growing. But our main sort of initial goal is to get over that area and have access to the Cape Peninsula, and then I'm sure the sport's just going to go from strength to strength.
Absolutely, and it's all about the promotion of a safe environment, and also the fact that it's a catch and release system.
Yes, well, basically to fish just like any small vessel, you'd have your DAF, which is Department of Agricultural, Forestry and Fisheries, like a recreational fishing permit like you get from the post office. Now, like that, it's you're allowed so many of one species, you're not allowed to catch this species, so many of those species. So obviously it would fit into those recreational activities. But the main thing we're trying to push is that it's a smaller craft. You don't need such a big bucky or vehicle to tow it. It's great for the kids. The family can get involved, and that's really what we're trying to push through the clubs. That it's not just about dad or the guys going fishing and then going to the club for a few drinks afterwards. It's more like the whole family comes down. A lot of the clubs, like Oceana Power Club, has a swimming pool there and a nice lawn area. But yeah, to get the families involved. Bring the kids down, the wives down, girlfriends, and then yeah, just have a fun day out for everybody, and yeah, grow the sport like that, and also the awareness around the sport, because obviously it's in its initial stages, but yeah, we're positive that it's going to go from strength to strength.
Awesome. How do people find out more about the Code of Sport?
We have a Facebook page called Cape Jetski Fishing. You'll find it on Facebook. I've got my personal athlete page, which is Jeremy Johnson, and then Jem Johnson SA on Instagram and Jem Johnson SA on Twitter.
Perfect. Jeremy, we'll have you back once we've had the demo in the water, so you can tell us more about this. Thank you for your time.
Cool, thank you, appreciate it. Cool.
Let's take a short ad break, and when we come back, we're coming back onto land. See you now.